Okay, guys, let us know in the chat if you can hear us good, you can see us good. I'm here with one and only Hristo Delidzhakov from Bulgaria, the master referee, master arm wrestler. How you doing, my friend?
Good. I'm a little bit tired after all day work, but still good.
Yes, it's good that you found time to talk with me a little bit. We have some things to talk about. And listen, right from the beginning, do you consider yourself an arm wrestler or referee first?
First arm wrestler.
First arm wrestler.
Because when I start with this, I was arm wrestler, and in one moment I start to refereeing. But still, I think I'm not so bad level arm wrestler.
I think you're pretty good level arm wrestler. Let's say it like this. For people, because most people, if you ask them, they see you as a referee first, right? Because they see you always reffing all the big matches, the main events on the big stages, Buff Worlds, East versus West, King of Tables, everything there. Can you give some of your, in your own opinion, biggest accomplishments?
Like a referee? I mean, what?
No. As an arm wrestler.
I don't know. It's I'm world arm wrestling champion. That's. I think my best result is the world title. 2012, I think, in Brazil. But still, I'm 41 years old, and last year I take the European title and bronze medal in the worlds. I think not in master class, in senior class. I think
that's pretty good. Like maybe some people think it's easy, but it's not very easy to win European title.
Oh, for sure it's not. Even it's you remember that's my second European, and it's my final match was how I say, I win not so fair.
That's pretty good. That is true. That is true. I like that you admitted it yourself. You.
No, I love to be honest.
Yeah. But it is what it is. You have had many medals in worlds and Europeans, right? And
yeah, a lot of second, third place.
I feel like you're one of those guys that also you're not afraid of pulling, even though like a lot of people will think like beating you is a big deal, and you're kind of not afraid of anyone. You just competed, like you compete everywhere you can, right?
Yeah, of course. And I don't care to lose. I don't care. When I compete, I want to win. But if I lose, I don't take it so serious.
Yeah. Well, you told me you have the list of the guys you have beaten is pretty big and long and features some of the biggest names in our sport, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you give some of those names?
Okay. Irakli Zarevshvili on the left arm.
Would be nicer on right.
Yeah, and we never meet on the right. Mindaugas Tarasaitis on the right. I also beat Georgi Tsvenkov left and right. Not bad.
Not bad
Sasha
at all.
Andreev on the right. Doesn't matter what years they was young, small weight. I beat you 2 rounds.
Beat me 2 rounds, yeah. Thank you for saying my name. That is nice.
Yeah, that's that. Who else? I beat Engin. That also it's not bad result, but I didn't beat him in his best version. When he was, I wish to meet him when he was in prime time, but I can.
I remember you went to where was it? Turkey Worlds. You came there just to beat Giannis, and then you guys had like the craziest match ever, right?
I really want to beat Giannis. Yeah. This is
You came like this close, right? Like
very,
this.
very close.
This
Yeah.
close. Yeah. But afterwards, both of you were like done. I think you beat Mindaugas there, and then you met with Giannis, and then you had an absolute war with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Like for me, I feel like you're the highest ranked arm wrestler I think I have beaten. I have beaten
Thank
some
you.
good guys, but I think probably the highest level. I think. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's for me. It's
Um, refereeing, how did that happen? Did they just like you look like a guy that's fair and
in the beginning. That was long, long time ago in Bulgaria.
how
I
long ago?
mean, uh, maybe before 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah, and we was on the one swimming pool in Plovdiv, and we didn't have enough referee. And Asen Haji Tudorov asked me, "Do you want to ref?" And I say, "Okay, I will try." And I go to ref in this tournament. And after that, everything starting, I go to the ref seminars on the words. I pass the test, and slowly, I I was part of our referee team in European World Arm Wrestling referee team, and every time when I refereeing on 100%. It doesn't matter if I refereeing on big arm wrestling tournament or some small event somewhere. I'm 100% focused, and I really try to be 100% fair if that is possible. To make the sometimes you didn't follow the rules, just try to be fair. And I think all of the athletes in the World Championship, European Championships, they see this, and maybe Engin see this, and maybe that's the reason he invite me to ref for East versus West and King of the Table. And after that, these tournaments, um, I getting more popular, and the people who invite me everywhere to refereeing. But still, when I refer on the East versus West, your focus must to be very high level. And I go back to nationals in Bulgaria, and I refereeing in some junior categories. I still am 100%. I going down. I try to be not visible on the camera. Every time when I make a referee seminar and I explain the same things of all of the referee. A referee must not forget why they are in the tournament. They are because the athletes are there to competing. The referee is not important person in the table. The important persons are the athletes. Because some of the referee forgot that. We are there just to follow the rules, to help to the athletes to make fair grip and start fair and give the right signs. That's all.
That's a very interesting point you said. So you're trying to be fair, even if it's not on rules. And I do like that because sometimes you want guys, you want the matches to end on arm wrestling, right? You don't want it end on bullshit. That's for
Yeah,
sure, right?
exactly.
And not always everyone is happy about it, but I do feel like if referee is smart enough and experienced enough, it is fair. Like like a lot of people talk about Jerry and Gennady match, right? That was the match, and
Uh,
you Jerry and
maybe
Gennady.
no, maybe Hermes and Gennady.
No, I think Jerry and Gennady because
No,
because both had their elbows over and you allow them because there's no other way to start it without falling them
yeah,
around,
yeah.
right? And
Yeah, yeah.
and it took a while for people because they're like, oh, what is it? But like it's very hard in arm wrestling to find like this middle ground because it's sometimes so technical, but we want to arm wrestle, right? We want to arm wrestle.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh, what are this like? What is the rule set you like the most?
What kind of rule I like more?
Yes, like let's say like strict WAF rules, like running foul, like king of table, east versus west without running fouls, but with a little bit elbow movement. Like, what do you think is the fairest rules in your own opinion?
I think it's the first it's East versus West rules because it's strictly WAF rules. Uh, you can be stronger and lose the match with some stupid fouls or something. But in East versus West rules, we give freedom to athletes uh, to to make real arm wrestling and small fouls when they didn't give any advantage. We didn't call them because uh, actually you must only that what give you advantage can be foul. Because if that didn't give you advantage, what kind of foul is this? We have different paths like a softener. It's sometimes are bigger or shorter, and depends what big is the athletes. Some of them are heavy, big with big elbows, and easy can make elbow fouls. uh, about the running fouls also wasn't so bad, but the athletes didn't understand that very well, and they make a lot of mistakes, and that was how I say, quite difficult for them to catch, and also maybe for the people when they watching. Like example, when I give um, running foul for Tsvetkov against Kalinichenko, and I didn't stop the match because that was a runner. And after that, a lot of people, and also people from Bulgaria, call me or text me. And one guy told me, I think you are honestly good referee, fair referee, but now I see you're not. Georgi makes so big elbow foul and you didn't count nothing. And I say, okay, watch the rules meeting before that and call me again and please apologize me to because it's he didn't watch this and he just watching and say, oh, big elbow foul, and he's to miss it, this foul.
I do understand it. I think it's
Yeah.
the rules, because they everywhere is a little bit different. People kind of get messy, right? It messes with your head a little bit. But yeah, I think right now what East versus West have, like I think King of the Table also going to use it right now. Next event, it's the same rule set everywhere now,
Yeah.
and I think right now it's one of the best. It gives like matches will mostly end on arm wrestling, and that's the most important part. Like, I really hate when I watch like very strict WAF competitions, and like you watch the class, and first 7 out of 8 matches end on fouls, and no one even arm wrestled, and
And
then you're like
fouls on ref grip,
referee grips and things like
Yeah.
that. I think it all somehow should be fixed, right? I think it's we need to acknowledge where we're going. If we're going to absolute madness, the people will catch on and they will not support it, right? Because
Yep.
it's the base of everything is arm wrestling, and everyone will figure out how to use the rules. Like, but I don't like the 100 protests. When you're watching WAF Worlds, and then all the tables stop because everywhere there's a protest. You're like, you
Yeah,
know.
but we have good, how I say, rules with the money for the
That is true.
protest.
That is true.
And if they have a lot of protests, the money go higher. That's okay.
That is true. So for those who don't know, you have to pay if you contest something. You say like there was elbow foul or there wasn't foul. You have to pay in money. Then they will check it. If it's good, you get the money back. If they deny it, then you don't get the money back. So there is a system, but still, I feel like
Yeah,
less
but
fouls.
like example, if you pay 50 euro for the protest, but if your country have a 4 protests, the fifth I think was is already 100 euro,
I think
and
200 now.
or yeah,
200.
and the finals, semifinals, and finals, I think it's 250 or something, and that's help for the referee to be without any
Well,
protest.
doesn't help small countries, I guess, but probably will.
Usually the problems are Georgia, it's like Kazakhstan. Yeah, that's the country with the most of the protests.
Yeah, I feel like the rules will evolve as they should. Like every sport evolves their rules, and right now we have something good going on. Um, you said some people texted you afterwards, because I know that like arm wrestlers will get threats when they talk too much, let's say shit about someone. Have you gotten like mad messages, threats about some refing, like, you know, let's say from Devon fans probably?
Yeah.
A lot.
Not a lot, not a lot, but few of the guys text me, people who I didn't know them, and they text me some uh, not good message. But I really don't care, it's everybody can thinking everything what he want, it's
Yeah,
everybody have right to thinking, to text it, no problem. Uh I don't care what the people thinking if the athletes and the most of the crowd are okay with this what's happening on the table. Of course, every time have somebody who is have different opinion, different view. You cannot change the world.
that is true. I think I I think it's somewhat cool. It's crazy, but it's cool that some people get so passionate about
Oh
such a
yeah,
thing, right? The thing that we love, they kind of love it more, you know?
yeah. I I I referring on the nationals in Bulgaria, and one of the guy who I see for first time, I think he took the third place in some junior classes. He was with the same, but not green, some white Crocs with with some ducks on them, because they have hole and you can put some figures on the that type of shoes. And he was with some very interesting pants. They are not so long, not so short, and I make a picture for him and send for Devon, and he say excellent. I think this is some disease, it's grow everywhere.
Yeah, I have Crocs too, and I love them.
Yeah, but they must
I,
to be dirty. This is important.
I wear them everywhere, so they will get dirty. Because now I'm filming all my videos, and I have to wear Crocs probably when I'm doing so, you know. But it is a crazy era we're living in. Probably you get a lot of recognition, right? You people do recognize you now
Yep,
more,
yep, exactly.
right?
Yeah. Even I stay on the airport, and one guy stayed behind me. He was from Bulgaria, and we are in the French airport. We go back from the French nationals, and he asked me, "Hey, I know you. You are." Um, it's interesting. He say arm wrestling referee, but in Bulgarian language. In Bulgaria we didn't say arm wrestling. We say kanadska borba.
Kanadska
That
barba,
means Canadian wrestling.
Canadian wrestling.
And he say like arm wrestling. That sounds different on Bulgarian language. And I say, yeah, I am. It's and he maybe watched too much in YouTube. And he didn't know the sports in Bulgarian, but he know that is arm wrestling. He just translate it.
Yeah, craziness that these like I see it all the time. Like people in Latvia, they will know me, but they don't know
Yeah,
that there's arm wrestling federation that don't will not know many arm wrestlers from but they will know because they follow arm wrestling, right? Arm wrestling is growing like crazy, and probably you're one of the faces I people feel like people see it all the time, right? So you should cash in, make some T-shirts like referee.
yeah. With my face. Yeah.
With you, just with your face. There's because there's a lot of good moments with you when you're like, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love when I watch some video from, like, examples. Somebody make a video how I watch the press of Morozov. You see that? That's what. Because he just take the shirt just to, he was wet, put the shirt here, and I just put an eye and I see the press, and that guy texted on the video on Russian language. He's texted it's Uceniu, you know.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was
I got you. I
funny.
got you. Yeah.
Or
Um,
some watch with I'm blind or something, with
um,
Sasha also.
yes, there's a lot of, like, sometimes I will rewatch the matches, and if there's public or I'll just look at them because they will have like sometimes the match is so good you forget you're refing it. You're like,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Sometimes it's so good you're happy it's happening. You're like, please don't make fouls.
exactly.
Please don't make fouls, right? And I love that part. Uh, uh, I want to ask: Is Devon the hardest guy to referee?
Uh, it depends. One of the hardest, yeah, one of the hardest. It depends which is his opponent, and what kind of rules we have. Sometimes when we change the rules, we tried something different, and he's there. Uh, but not every time he is the hardest because he actually he tried to start before, to start pulling before the start, give some center, some advantage. But he is not so fast. He didn't make a fast start. Sometimes it's sometimes for me it's a little bit difficult to catch the fast start because it's that is, we are not machines and we can. It depends, but he's one of the hardest
Yeah.
for sure.
Uh, I think every time everyone wants to win, there's a lot of people that like want to win. I think I who refereed Giannis versus Mindaugas? You no
No, no, wasn't
no
me. I
Luke Polsher.
just
It was Luke Polsher.
look. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that was kind of difficult match also to referee
very,
because
very
because
difficult.
both of them are just
Yeah,
ninjas, right?
yeah, but he the referee team make the match perfectly. Without referee mistake. And in the one moment when they competing, who will be close first on the referee's grip was so important. And I stayed there with some Russian part of arm wrestling with Sharkovich and with Armenians, and I say probably now when they close first Yanis, Mindaugas can hold the hand of Yanis and say, "Okay, you win this match. Let's try again next one," because they are already know who will win the match. That match was amazing.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of the best matches of all time. Like
Yeah.
it because it was at the ending, right? You kind of like I thought as soon as Giannis got everything, I thought like, oh, it's done, and then Minda just goes full psycho. Great match, absolutely great match.
That was very interesting because every round during the match, the endurance of Yanis was better, but between the matches, endurance of Mindaugas was better.
Yeah,
And also the last one, because before that they have some reserves. They didn't do everything on 100%. They keep just Yanis can attack, but he still is not sure if he attack, he will open his wrist, and he just stay in one position. But the last one was they give 110%. Like in boxing, when they watch each other, they didn't hit so much, but in one moment they start punch it, punch, and that was also in that match. It's very, very interesting.
yeah. It was there was so many moments in that match. I think just for me it was amazing. Just like the watch, I was losing my mind. Of course, I wanted Giannis to win, but I think the match was so great. We could definitely do it again, and probably it could end differently. It could be completely different story, and it could go either way. Still, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Uh, I had some questions written down for you, and yeah, first of all, listen. In next week, I'm pulling Valentin Gospodino on our Arm Havoc, right?
Yeah, I know it.
Yes, I stumbled on TikTok. On TikTok, I saw you and him training, and it could be two things. You were guys preparing for nationals because the guy that he lost pulls very similarly to me. He's just more forward, or you were guys preparing for me. So what is the situation?
Mm, you don't know.
because
Of course, of course, we prepare for you. We didn't know in the national who will be 80, who will be 85. We prepare Valentin for you, and you will see what shape he will bring it. Don't watch this on the nationals. The national was just, he didn't some warm up. He didn't want to give his best because he wants to keep his energy for your match.
Mhm. I expect him, and that, like, I saw the video, and it's like you're doing what I'm doing, and he gets stuck, and you're like, no, you have to go here. And I was like, that's exactly where you have to go. So if you haven't seen, you can go on TikTok, guys, who's watching. Check Valentin Kosmatin.
The only problem is because we're training also something with Valentin before the match with Yanis, and when he go on this match, he do totally different thing. You know, we speak with him. He must be only top row, only pull higher and higher, and in one moment he decide to go inside and push with dead wrist and so many stupid things. Because if he's still competing in top row, first and second, even in third round, he can lose the first, the second, and third. Maybe he will open the wrist of Yanis. Because on the left arm, the Yanis wrist and fingers on the top is not so good on the left. And it's not so difficult to going just in this the highest point. But with training one, he do it different.
In a moment, you feel like there's a lane, right? But
Yeah.
Giannis takes your hand, and he will almost always gets the hand. And then you think he stops because he can't go any further. But he doesn't. He can go further if he wants to. He just baits you. And then you're like,
Yeah, exactly.
maybe I have to just a little bit,
Yeah.
and it is. It was I expected it to be harder for Giannis. I really did. But yeah, you don't really fight him. As soon as you lose the hand, you're just like, nah, that's enough. Another one, right? I feel like Valentin is a great puller. We pulled last European Championship. He was dead. Like, I met him when he was dead already, so I can't say much. We practiced few times, and then he came to Riga. We practiced here, so I know him. I know him very well. I know his style, and I think stylistically, I'm a bad match for him stylistically.
Yeah, because your wrist is very strong, your fingers are strong, and he's top roller.
He's a classic top roller.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I do feel like if he goes, he still has power everywhere. So I'll be very
Oh yeah.
careful. Yeah, I train really good. I'm staying home for like a month, so it's been every single day just constant training. Today was my last pulling. Sanders came over, and Sanders is so nice. Like, he's like, I'm like, I need to work on this, and he just let me beat up on him, and I feel good. I can't wait. Like, I can't wait because I
And
haven't pulled in a month, so.
you training with Toms also?
Yeah, I pulled with Toms. Yeah,
You beat Toms, yeah? Probably easy.
not easy,
On the right hand.
not easy, but I can. Like, it's very hard to do something with him when he's very fresh. But if you just have few battles in him, then probably I take over.
Yeah,
No,
it's very easy to cook him, it's
yes,
not difficult.
yeah, that is true. That is true. Hristo also beat Toms. You know,
Of course, it's everybody from Bulgaria can beat Toms on the right. It's
that is true, and yet he's European champion. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be a cool match. I think. I hope so. But yeah, what do you think? What do you think? Your unbiased opinion. Of course, you're supporting Valentin. That is given. But do you think it's an easy match? It's a tough match.
I think will be top match. Will be not easy. Uh, you have a little bit better chances, but I think he will surprise you, and for sure he will take some rounds. I don't know. I hope he will have enough endurance. That's also important.
You think he can do better than you?
Um, no, Uh,
That's enough for me.
he,
That's
he,
enough.
he can he can do better in the hook, but still he's stronger than on top row than me. And I also open your angle. Maybe I didn't open your wrist, but when I pull back, I open your angle, and he pulled stronger than me.
Mhm. Good, good. I heard they fixed the tables this time, so it's not going to be so far apart. So it should be better for me. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm really excited. Like I haven't pulled in a. What was the last time I pulled? Where the hell did I pull? Oh, I pulled on Mac in Canada. So yeah, it's almost a month.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool. Like I didn't know how it's gonna be. I think also you would really like it for the style and for everything. It's something completely different. The good thing, like it takes getting used to, and referee is very important. But I think there was just one match that ended on fouls throughout the day. One match. Everything else, and most people, some people were like they didn't like the setups and things like that, but they were really strict buff pullers. Everyone else is kind of used to it. No complaining, nothing. You just set up and you just go. And that's an interesting, concept of arm wrestling.
You mean that's in Ankovic?
No, 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 no. That was Muck in
You
Canada.
mean Mac? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Arm Havoc also is this, but it's on buff tables. It works kind of differently. So we'll
yeah.
see.
Yeah. What kind of difference the table in the Mac?
So there's so this is, let's say there's the pads, and then
Mm-hmm.
it goes like this up. So
Ah.
pin pad is higher. Like you used to, like you used to where your stomach is, where the table
Mm-hmm.
is, right? But the whole it starts when the pad is. So it's the
Mm-hmm.
same height, but that's the height of the pad. So it feels like it is higher. And the pads are like this long, like much longer. You can at the beginning, like they allow you to start like this, and no one was doing like this. So naturally, because you like naturally, this is not a good position to be like
Mm-hmm.
over. So everyone's a little bit like this, and it's fine. And then they have rules for the files and everything else, and it takes kind of getting used to. It was really fun experience.
But
I
your
expected
elbow,
different things.
outside, yeah, because it's like a hole.
No, no hole. There's just completely like flat surface, and
Flat,
there's lines around it. And if you put your
just a
elbow,
line.
just a line. And if you go on a line, they say warning, get off the line. If you don't get off, they call a foul and they stop. But
Mm-hmm.
warning, and you go up and you continue, and it's fine.
And it's soft or not? How is the?
It wasn't hard and it wasn't soft. So it's something between. It was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a bunch of guys that really would enjoy it pulling on those tables, and like especially I think you with your style, oh, you would love it because there's so much room to go around. The pin pad is a little higher, and yeah, it's an interesting thing. You know, they
Yeah, I'm
love
curious to try it.
they love to experiment there. That's what I say. You know. Um, Listen, we had some super chats, so I'll read those. Auden, show me your ticky. What? Christo, will you hang out with Devon in Canada?
What? I
Will,
can.
will you hang out with Devon in Canada?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. You are best friends. For people think you're enemies. You're best friends.
With Devon? No, no, no. He's very good guy. I just
Yeah.
I love to speak with him when we also have after pool. You see our after pool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone hangs out usually. We have Luke Polsher, one of the best refs in the game. Love when I get to work with Hristo. Shout out to Luke.
We,
Johnny Armwrestling, what do you guys think about Engin ignoring Levin's question about using table cams for pins and fouls? It would fix a lot of issues. Yeah, I think the last times there was no table cameras, right, on the pin. What is your take on it? When on the table, the cameras that we had, so you can see the angles. There's a pin.
yeah, I think it's a little bit difficult without with cameras messed me a little because I must to go in the same position to watch the elbow where is the camera,
Mm.
but still if we must to see elbow fouls and mistakes, if we have a camera it's easier after that to see that corner. uh, I think it's if you have camera and they are good fix it's okay.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think it sometimes messes with referees because, like you said, like there's places you can move, you
Yeah,
can't move, right? But it does help, and sometimes there's controversial moments, and everyone's like, we really don't know. Like I think Adamus and Michael Todd, right?
and Michael, yeah.
Yeah, like it could have been from the angle, but you can't
Oh
see
yeah,
it
for
on
sure.
camera, you know.
The
And
problem was also with the white in the Georgia. They have no central white, and I watched the replay, and I cannot say that is finger or not. You know what I see. I can say that is the wrist or the finger.
yeah, because
It was
the
very difficult. Yeah, yeah,
shadows
exactly,
interact. And
exactly.
there's one more super chat. Music guy Hristo, shed any light on what happened at East versus West 16? I don't know what is this about. Do you know?
No, what's happening?
No, I don't know too. Source, always trust them. Uh, Listen, when Devon and Gennady pulled first time, you saw a foul. This is why you stopped the match, right?
Yep, exactly.
Like I watch it, and because we can't see the angle, like
Yeah,
referees
only in my position you can see the foul. Yeah,
referees will stop the match if they see a foul. Like there's no other reason to stop the match, and it was a good match. Why
yeah,
would you want to stop it other way, right?
yeah.
Yeah, catch you,
Without
Devon.
fouls, I will not stop the match.
Yeah, we'll call Devon on it. Um, so I have this thing that I made. I made like a survey. I don't know if you saw it online. I shared it on some platforms, and it's just questions about arm wrestling. So the idea of the survey is just to get like everyone's thoughts, like who's the best arm wrestler, your opinion, your
Yeah, I watched
favorite.
something. Yeah.
You didn't fill it out, right?
No, I
No.
didn't.
How about we fill it out right now live? Uh,
Okay, okay.
Okay, so I have it. I will open it and I will share the screen for you so you see it. It's world's. What is this? Okay, I think this is it. Where the hell did it go? Uh, okay, so do you see it? Yeah,
Yeah.
world's best arms. So the idea of this is, I'm not. We're gonna put your email address later. No worries. But I'll
Mhm.
ask you the questions. I'll fill in the form for you,
Okay, super.
and I would ask everyone to do it because right now already 400 plus people have put in their votes. And even though we know a lot about, let's say, Georgians, we know a lot about North Americans, the Canada, USA athletes, there's smaller countries like, let's say, Morocco or whatever, and there's arm wrestling still, and they have their own stars, right? So I want everyone from different countries to make this survey. Every country that has at least 30 people that filled out this survey, I'll make a video about their country's best arm wrestlers, so we
Hmm.
could we could show some light, because like great arm wrestlers are everywhere, and every
Oh, yeah.
country has their own. So Bulgaria. Okay, who is your favorite arm wrestler? So
You mean in the world or Bulgarian?
no, this is your in the world. It could be Bulgarian, doesn't matter. Your favorite arm wrestler
Hmm.
ever.
John Brzenk,
John Brzenk. Okay, who is the best left hand of all time?
left hand.
Left hand arm wrestler.
Who play a left hand? Why is that question in that?
Travis, Dennis, Devon, Vitali, Morozov, Levon, maybe back in the Oleg Zhok, prime Oleg Zhok. It's your answer. It doesn't matter. Like, what do you
Yeah,
think?
Stefan Lengarov.
Stefan Okay. Best right hand of all time.
John Brzenk.
John Frank. Who is the most complete arm wrestler ever?
Devon Warren.
Okay, the greatest arm wrestler of all time. Let's put in John Brzenk. Okay.
Yep.
Who is greatest female arm wrestler of all time?
It is female. That's interesting question. Maybe Fia.
Fia.
Yeah.
Okay. Fia.
I mean, she's pound of pound, the best
Yeah.
female arm wrestler.
I listen. I learned last week that her full name is Sophia.
Sophia.
Sophia Ann or Anne Sophie. It's one of those. Someone made a picture like Sophie Ann versus Sarah Backman, and I was like, why are they using Fia's picture? And then I was like, Sophia, Fia.
That's interesting.
Okay, where did I leave this? Okay, Fia. Who's the best hook puller of all time? Oh, come on, you.
It's me?
No. Best hook. It could be you.
No. Best hook. Maybe, I don't know, Sasha Andreev. One of the best.
Best top roller of all time.
Devon Warren.
Sounds like you're a Devon fan, man. What's going on? Who's the best presser of all time?
Oh, Kamil Jablonski.
Better than Jerry?
Maybe better than Jerry. Yeah.
Okay. So, who is the most dominant arm wrestler in any class of all time? In your opinion, who was the most dominant ever?
This position can be a lot of people, actually, but maybe John and Devon, and also Pushkar.
Link. Let's put in John Brzenk, Devon, Pushkar. Okay. Okay. Who is your biggest inspiration in arm wrestling?
Цветан Гашевки.
Цветан, you know whose favorite arm wrestler Цветан is also?
Maybe Yanis.
Exactly, yeah. Your favorite match of all time?
My favorite match. Every time when I go in some tournaments, I have different favorite match, but maybe Yanis Samolins and Mindaugas.
Instant classic. Happened like a month ago and everyone loves it, you know?
Yeah.
But that happens when Parasitis pulls, you know? That's a great nickname, though. Parasitis.
Parasite.
Who's your country's best arm wrestler right now for men?
Best arm wrestler? Maybe Krasimir Kostadinov and Georgi Tsvetkov.
Okay. For females?
Dimitrina Dimitrova. Petrova, sorry. Petrova. Dimitrina Petrova.
Petrova.
Okay. I make this mistake.
Yeah, all the time.
In one interview before.
Yeah. She has all the titles on right arm, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know how many world titles does she have?
I have no idea. A lot of that.
Who is your country's all-time best arm wrestler for men?
Цветан Гашевски.
For women? Dimitrina? Or someone else?
Dimitrina and Veronica, but Dimitrina. Veronica is also very popular and a lot of medals and also world titles, but not so many like Dimitrina.
Okay. In your own opinion, who is your country's most talented arm wrestler?
Most talented, maybe Sasha Andre.
Yeah, I
You
feel like
remember he was
I
junior,
remember. Yeah,
yeah, and he beat the senior classes.
yeah. Sasha is so impressive. I feel like
Mm.
people, because he just pulls mostly the tournaments there, kind of people don't give him the credit he deserves. He's like, for me, like Sasha, Reno is right there, right? The biggest talents because they were so good when they were like kids, right?
Yeah,
There's few more. Arm wrestler from your country that inspires you the most.
and maybe Tsvetan.
Okay, so perfect. Okay, we filled out this form. I'll get your email later. No worries about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So everyone, guys, you can go. There's a link in description, and you can go there and you can fill it out, and so I can see all the answers from everyone else as well, and we can make something cool for our wrestlers. Uh, yeah, let me check because I had some big things. So how did you get into arm wrestling?
Oh, that was interesting. You know Dimitar Yankov for Germany,
Yeah, yeah.
and I working in one gym after school. I'm going to the gym to open the gym, and he come to me and say somebody told him I'm good in arm wrestling. But in this point, we didn't know exactly arm wrestling. What is it? You put the arm on some normal table and just press. That's all. And I say, let's try to see who is stronger. And he say, I beat him, and he say, oh, I has a arm wrestling championship before 2 days, and my arm is tired. And I say, arm wrestling championship, come on. Nobody didn't go on arm wrestling championship in Bulgaria. And after that, he invited me on nationals arm wrestling championship, and we played there also. And I start in arm wrestling because of him.
What year was this?
I think 2001.
So 24 years for you.
Yep,
How old were you?
41.
Okay. So you started pretty late. It's not like you started really early, right?
Yeah, I make a lot of pull-ups in the, how I say that, outside training. Like,
Calisthenics.
yeah, that type. And also I working in the gym, and I do a lot of weightliftings before that. I jumping in different sports before arm wrestling. Just tried tennis or something else, but it's. I also play volleyball, basketball, but with that high height.
Yes, volleyball, but it's not for us. It's not for us.
Yeah, maybe for Latin, not for us.
Uh, why did you stay? Why did you kept doing arm wrestling?
I don't know. When you start with arm wrestling, you loved it. You cannot think about another sport. Arm wrestling, it's amazing sport. Even if in the beginning I didn't have some very good results, but really, really love to training arm wrestling. Even if I don't have championship to competing against somewhere, I love to training this sport, and just feel very good when I do this.
So you were, how good do you think you were till you got like really good? Like, was it fast, like year two, three, or it took you a long time till you developed the skill?
Maybe 2 years. In the first year, I injured myself on after pool, and I need like 6 months to recover. And after that, I go better, and every time I was better and better.
That's pretty cool. I feel like a lot of people. There's some people that they're really good from the go, and then there's some people that struggled, and the struggle is the fun part, right? You go and practice, it's hard, but then you get a little better, you get better, you get better, you get better. And for me too, like practicing, training, it's fun. Like it's the funnest thing I do probably.
But you know how what is the difference now? Now it's very very easy to find the way to how to training, and now you just open YouTube and you understand what is better for you, how you can training, what exactly is top pro, who can. And in the beginning, when I start training, I go to Bulgarian national championships, and some of the guys beat me. I was junior, and I didn't understand how they beat me because they training with Veronica. They was from Bansku people, and they training like a few weeks top row. And for me, arm wrestling was just push your arm that side, you know. And they open my wrists, and I don't know how that's happening, like a magic. And I didn't understand what's happening. And I started training in the club because first I go in the tournament and I wasn't training before that. And after that, I going in Vitush arm wrestling team and we start training together. And a lot of the people inside also take training arm wrestling, but they didn't know how. You know, that's pretty interesting. Now it's easy. Now it's everybody know. Uh, they can say they can watch in YouTube. They see your channel. They say, "Oh, Race, show me this move, this move." You have a lot of online coaches also now. In the beginning, before 20 and more than 20 years, was very very difficult. And I watched Svetan how he beat his opponents, and I just watching. I say, "Well, what that guy make it?" You know, he beat heavier, stronger than him opponents easy, you know, just fast with some interesting movements.
I think it is great in my opinion that we have this like the sharing, right? Everyone sees the training, but it also keeps some people behind because all the time you see something new and you doubt yourself and you think, oh, maybe that was a better exercise. Because when I started, and like you have to like any kind of sport you do your training plan and you just continue doing it, and then you see results after a month. Now I see guys, they will come in, they will do something, and then they start doing something else because they saw some video. I feel like that is the hard part. And then I see guys that are doing extremely well in our sport, and they're very easy to coach. They're very easy. You go and you say, you do this, you do this, and you do this. And they do it. And then you say, now you go home and rest. And they come back better. You know what I mean? Or is it just
Mhm.
I'm seeing these things?
Yeah, understood very well. Yeah. Also, it's a different athletes and different arms. They need different type of training, you know. And for me, the best exercise for training arm wrestling it's when you training arm wrestling.
When you arm wrestle. Yeah.
Yeah, if you have good opponents, like example, we training in now our team. It's Sophia arm wrestling team. Sophia arm wrestling team. We have a few world champions in this team, and it's you know Stoyan Golemanov, Georgi Tsvetkov come to training every week with us. Valentin Gospodinov, me, and a lot of the people who coming now. We have a lot of juniors and they training, and when they realize, oh, you are our world champion and he's world champion, and they are so, you know, say we can have a chance to training with world champions. For them it's that is great. Also, one of our juniors is the son of Stoyan Golemanov. He do very good race in first tournament was that nationals, and he beat a lot few matches, very impressive.
Probably bright future. Like I think
Yeah.
it's if you have a good team, and then the people that see how what it means to work hard, right? What it means to work hard, and then you consistent, you're gonna do good. How far can you go? It's for everyone, right? For everyone is different, but you can do very well if you just show up and do the work, right? And it's sometimes it's hard in this age, but I feel like the people that survive, the people, those names we're gonna know, right? And if Stoyan Goimanov's son is doing it, probably he will. if he will get inspiration from his father, he'll be great.
Yeah. And I'm really impressed of Stoyan because Stoyan also he's older than me. He can compete in master too. It's he's uh, I think 3 years older than me. I am already last year I can be master, and this year also Stoyan never compete in the master class. He compete in senior and in Bulgaria 100 kilo. He beat everybody easy. I didn't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Sorry.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. So Stoyan is yeah, he was like him and Vaso. I expected, because Vaso is bigger, that he would probably have a problem, but he just was so good. In my opinion, he didn't lose a single round. There was a big foul that just, it was
Yeah,
probably hard to see or
control.
whatever, but he looked amazing. He's one of the all-time best top rollers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious who will be his next match.
I think there's a lot of guys, and I think he said 95. He could make 95 easy, right? So he was pulling
Oh yeah.
105 there. So a 95 class now got. Listen, Devon goes down, cleans up the class. Everyone migrates to a different class, and that class becomes the class, right? So
Yeah.
95 is very, very, very cool right now. Uh, Christo, I'm not going to take any more of your time. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for talking with me. Probably we'll see you very soon. For you, what's next for you? Is it your European Championships, or you're competing somewhere else?
Uh, I'll be in Land Pride,
Oh,
but
I'll be
next,
too. I'll be too.
yeah, but I will refereeing there.
Yeah.
I want to compete in Istanbul. I have
Okay.
a final
Qualifier.
qualification. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I want to prepare.
Good.
77 kilo. Who
Good.
knows?
Yeah. I think you can cause problem to everyone, man. You know. Uh, anyway, thank you guys. There's a
Thank
lot of
you.
super chat. Ask Christo to explain how to do his king's hook.
No, I didn't do this anymore. No, I just that's happening when my biceps go tired and I just going slowly down. But usually my biceps it's my strongest point, and now I make my wrist very good. I just pull with the back pressure and just fell down with the body. That's all what's happening. And if yeah, and if my biceps is open a little bit, but still is able to hold that angle, it's comfortable for me.
It's a terrible move. I hate it. I trained specifically to beat it, but I didn't expect that the pads will be so different. And I was like, oh no, opened up every time. But you do it very well. Like your pronator rotate, because you hit through many different things. You hit through side pressure, and then you pull back really fast, and
Yeah.
and you stay like this. So you, even though your arm is supinated, right, you have pronator, and this is why it doesn't open up, because you still can hold. And if you die here, then it starts opening up.
Yeah, but that doesn't work against Korean Hulk.
That is
You know
true.
that he's too strong for us.
Yeah, he's too big. He's too big. I
Not
think
too strong.
I think me and you both, we do double. We're the same weight as him, and we pull a match. We double. You know, two of us versus him, same weight.
I want to pull with him again. I think I can be a little bit better.
It's classic arm wrestler thoughts. It's like I
Yeah.
couldn't do nothing, but I could do maybe something. You know. Anyway, thank you,
Not more.
Christo. Thank you
Thank
guys
you.
for watching. Christo Delidzhakov, one of the great armisters of modern era, pulls everywhere. Great referee, loves the sport, never misses an opportunity to pull, and is very, very, very knowledgeable. So yeah, give some love to Christo. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys soon.